Good morning to all of you. In the last lecture, we have already discussed about the basic definition of matrices. Now let us move on to the operations on matrices. When we are talking about the operations on matrices, they are the basic operations of addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So there are certain rules to find the addition, subtraction, and multiplication of two matrices. Let us see what is that. First operation is addition of matrices. The addition of matrices uh, can be possible if they are of the same order. They are of the same order means they have two matrices must be of same number of rows and same number of columns. So two matrices can be added or subtracted if they are of the same order, and the sum is obtained by adding or subtracting the corresponding element of two matrices. What does it mean? That means if we are taking a matrix A of order suppose 2 by 3, this is matrix A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the elements of this matrix A. Now we are going to add this matrix with another matrix B. Then B must be of same order, that the order of B will be again 2 by 3. So these elements of B are 6, 5, 4 and 3, 1, 2. If we are going to add these two matrices A and B, then A plus B will be equal to 1 plus 6, 1 plus 6, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 3, 5 plus 1 and 6 plus 2. That means we are adding the first element of matrix A with the first element of matrix B. The second element of matrix A is added with the second element of matrix B. Similarly, the third element of matrix A is added with the third element of matrix B, and so on. And the resultant matrix will be like this. This is 7 plus 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 8, and this is again a matrix of same order. That is, if we are adding two matrices of order 2 by 3, then the resultant matrix will be again a matrix of order 2 by 3. So the property of addition is very simple, and the property of subtraction is again same as the property of addition. If we are taking an example to show how subtraction is taking place. Suppose A is a matrix. We are again taking a matrix of order 2 by 3. You can take any matrix of any order. Okay. So A is this matrix and B is another matrix of same order. If we are subtracting B from A, then A minus B will be equal to 1 minus 0, 0 minus 1, 2 minus 0. Again minus 2 minus 2, 3 minus 2 and 4 minus of minus 1, that is 4 plus 1. What we are doing? We are subtracting 0 from 1. Similarly 1 from 0, 0 from 2. That means the element of, first element of matrix B is subtracted from the first element of matrix A. Similarly, the second element of matrix B is subtracted from the second element of matrix A, and so on. And the resultant matrix will be again of same order. So matrix addition and subtraction are, the rules are completely same. Now addition actually satisfies some properties, where first property is property of commutativity, that is two matrices are always, addition property is always commutative. Does it mean if A and B are two matrices, then A plus B will be always equal to B plus A. That means if we add A with the matrix B or we are adding B with the matrix A, the resultant matrix will be same. It will make no difference. Matrix addition is associative. That means if we have three matrices, suppose A, B, C are of three matrices of same order, the type must be same. That means the order must be same. Then A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. That means if we add A and B together and then we add with the matrix C, or we are adding B and C matrices together and then that resultant matrix is added with matrix A, the result will be same. Okay. Now existence of identity. In case of addition, zero matrix, here this symbolizes the zero matrix or null matrix. This is the additive identity, because if we are adding any zero matrix with a matrix of same order, then we will get the matrix itself. That means A plus 0 is always equal to 0 plus A, but equal to A matrix. So zero matrix or null matrix plays as an additive identity. Now existence of inverse. If we have a matrix A, then the negative of A, that is minus A, will be the additive inverse of the given matrix, because A plus minus A will give the additive identity is 0. So minus A is the additive inverse of the given matrix A. Next, come to the operation of scalar multiplication. If we are talking about multiplication, first we will discuss the scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication means if we multiply any matrix with a scalar quantity, that means with a constant, then what will happen? Suppose A is any matrix of order m by n and k be any scalar, then the matrix obtained by multiplying every element of A by k is called the scalar multiple of A by k. It means suppose you have we have a matrix A of order 3 by 3. 1 to 5 elements are 1, 2, 5, minus 2, 3, 4 and 1, 0, minus 1. This is a 3 by 3 order का square matrix है ये A, and we are going to multiply this matrix with a scalar quantity 3. Then 3A will be 1 into 3, 3, 2 into 3, 6, 5 into 3, 15, minus 2 into 3, minus 6, 3 into 3, 9, 4 into 3, 12, and similarly 1 into 3, 3, 0 into 3, 0, minus 1 into 3, minus 3. So what we are doing in case of scalar multiplication, we are multiplying each and every element of A with the scalar quantity 3. So 3A will be the matrix of same order, whatever order is the matrix of A. If it is 3 by 3 order, then 3A will be again a matrix of order 3 by 3. And we'll get this matrix 3A by multiplying each and every element of A by 3. Got it? Next, come to the multiplication of matrices. Multiplication of matrices is quite different. It is quite different from the addition and subtraction. In case of addition and subtraction, the order of two matrices was same. But in case of multiplication, if a matrix A is of order, suppose m by p, and we are going to multiply this matrix with another matrix B, then B must be of order P by n. That means the column of a matrix A should be equal to the row of matrix B. If we are multiplying A with the matrix B, then write AB, and the column of matrix B here P will be be equal to the row of the matrix B. That is, here this P is same, and the resultant matrix will be of order m by n. That means the number of column of A should be equal to the number of row of matrix B, and this n or m may be any number. Suppose this is a matrix is a matrix of order, suppose 3 by 2, then we can multiply this matrix of order 2 by 3 by 2 by another matrix of order 2 by, it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3, any number, but this number should be same. The column of matrix A should be equal to the row of matrix B. So this is the first difference between the operations of addition and multiplication. A and B may have the same order if it is 2 by 3, and this is the matrix of square matrix. If it is A is a matrix of order 3 by 3, then we can multiply this matrix of orders same 3 by 3, because in that case also the number of column is same as the number of row of matrix B. Now let us see what is the rule of multiplication, how we multiply any two matrices. For example, take a matrix A of order 2 by 2. Suppose these elements are A, B, C, D. We are going to multiply this matrix A with another matrix B of same order, that is 2 by 2. So we can multiply these two matrices because the rule of product is satisfied here, because the number of column of matrix A, that is 2, is equal to the number of row of matrix B, because this is again 2. So what will be the product AB? Now see what is happening. First, this method is known as the multiply row by column. That is, first take the row of matrix A and multiply this row, the element of this row, with each column of matrix B in this direction, this and this is column. That means each row, the first row will be multiplied by each column, and it will make the first row of the resultant matrix, and then second row will get multiplied with each column, and this will make the second row of the resultant matrix. That means A into E plus B into G. This is the first element. Again, first row, we are considering first row. The first row with first column, then first row with the second column. That is A into F plus B into H. So first row is complete. Now come to the second row. C into A plus D into G. We will get CE plus DG. And then again second row with the second column, that is C into F plus D into H. That means first row, the element of first row into first column, and first row into second column. Then second row, the first column, and second row into second column. This is the multiply row by column process, and we multiply the entries of a row by the corresponding entries of columns and then add the product. Okay. A into E, this is the product, and B into G. This is the product, and then we are adding this 2 and we are getting the first element. Again, the first row with second column, that is A into F, B into H. These are the product, and we are adding this A into F plus B into H. Got it? If we consider another matrix, suppose a matrix of order 3 by 3. This is a matrix A. Suppose its elements are like this: A1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. And we are going to multiply this matrix with another matrix B, and its order is suppose 3 by 2. Okay. So this is the number of column of matrix A is 3. So the number of row of matrix B must be 3. It may be any number. So we are multiplying this matrix with this matrix. So the resultant matrix will be of order 3 by 2. Okay, 3 by 2. And the product matrix will be like this: A11, B11 plus A12 plus B21 plus A13 plus B31. We are considering the first row, and we are multiplying each element of first row with first each element of first column. We are getting the first element. Again, this first row with second column. We are getting A11, B12 plus A12, B22 plus A13 plus B32. Okay, the first row is completed. Now come to the second row. This second row, each element will be multiplied with each element of first column, and then this row will be multiplied with the each element of second column, and we will get the second row. Third step, third row with each element of first column, and then each element with the second column, and we'll get the third row. So this is the method, this is the rule to find the multiplication of two matrices. Now let us consider this example. Suppose this is a matrix A of order 2 by 2. This is 1, 2, minus 1, 3. And B is another matrix of same order, that is 2, 1, 1, 1. Now find A, B and B, A. Here in this case of multiplication are not always same, are not always commutative. That means AB is not equal to BA always. It may be equal, but most of the cases AB is not equal to BA. Now here's, so here, but in case of addition and subtraction, it was always commutative. That is A plus B was always equal to B plus A. But in case of multiplication, AB may not be equal to BA. Now we are considering this example. Suppose A is this matrix, B is another matrix, and we are going to find out the product of two matrices A, B. So write the matrix A first and then write the matrix B. Now the product matrix will be first row, first column, that is 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1. Okay, we'll get the first element of the resultant matrix. Again, the first row with second column, 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1. Okay, we are getting the second element. The first row is complete. Now come to the second row. The second row with each column, minus 1 into 2 plus 3 into 1. Okay, and then minus 1 into 1 plus 3 into 1. So we are getting this resultant matrix 4, 3, 1, 2. Now multiply BA. That is, we are multiplying the matrix B with the matrix A. So first write the matrix B and then write the matrix A. If you are multiplying BA, then first you have to write this matrix and then A matrix. Okay. So again apply the product rule. First row with first column, then first row with second column. First row with first column, that is 2 into 1 plus 1 into minus 1, and then 2 into 2 plus 1 into minus 3. So we are getting first row is complete. Now come to the second row. Second row with each column, that is 1 into 1, that is, and plus 1 into minus 1, and then 1 into 2 plus 1 into 3. So we are getting this matrix, the resultant matrix, and that matrix is 1705. So we can see very clearly that AB is not equal to BA. Okay. So this is an example to show that matrix multiplication is not always commutative. Now take another example. Suppose A is a matrix 2, minus 1, 4, 3, and B is a matrix 2, minus 3. So this is a column matrix and this is a square matrix of order 2 by 2. So find a matrix X such that AX is equal to B. What is the question? You have to find a matrix X so that AX will be equal to B. Now since A is a matrix of order 2 by 2 and the resultant matrix is of order 2 by 1, it means the matrix X must be of order 2 by 1 because A is multiplied by X. So the order of X will be always equal to 2 by some number, and that number will be 1 only because the resultant matrix is given as of order 2 by 1. If we are taking a matrix X is of order 2 by 3, then the resultant matrix would be of order 2 by 3. But the resultant matrix is 2 by 1. That means X must be of order 2 by 1. Clear? Now, for take this matrix X, 2 by 1 matrix, that means column matrix. So take X and Y. This number is unknown. We have to find out this matrix X. So we are taking its element as X and Y. Now this, it is satisfy this relation, that is AX equal to B. So write first AX and find out what is the value of AX. Write A matrix and then X matrix, that is XY. Now multiply this, again the same rule, first row with each column, but here the column is only 1. So first row, first column, 2 into X plus minus 1 into Y. So we are getting 2X minus Y. There is no other column, so we'll stop here. Second row with first column, 4 into X plus 3 into Y. There is no another column, so we'll stop here. So we are getting a column matrix of order 2 by 1, that is 2x minus y and 4x plus 3y. And it is given that this matrix AX is equal to B, and B is given as 2 minus 3. So we are writing AX equal to B. Clear? Now as we know that two matrices are equal, means their corresponding elements are equal. In the definition of equality of two matrices, we have, in the first lecture, we have already discussed that when we are saying two matrices are equal, that means their corresponding elements are equal. That is, the first element of a first matrix will be equal to the first element of the second matrix. That means here 2x minus y will be equal to 2 and 4x plus 3y will be equal to minus 3. So write 2x minus y equal to 2 and 4x plus 3y equal to minus 3, and then solve it. Solve these two equations and we will get the value of x and y. So write the value of x and y and we will get the matrix X. Okay. So this is this way we can solve any question by using the properties of matrix addition, multiplication, or scalar multiplication. Okay. In the next lecture, we will discuss some examples or your the questions of your exercise 3, which is given in page number 99 in your textbook. So we will discuss that questions in the next lecture by using all these properties. Okay, properties of operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and scalar multiplication. By using those properties, we will solve the questions of exercise 3. Okay, thank you.